celebrating 16 years of possibility. Pilot Flying J and Hallerin Hilton Hill present Anything is Possible. Today's guest, Chris Blue, Part 2.
This is Anything is Possible, Part 2 of my interview with Chris Blue. This is something I'm nervous about and looking forward to because we spent so much time together, and I've been walking part of your life's journey with you. In full disclosure, I'm part of Chris's team, and so I wanted you to be here today. And there's a part of me that's interviewing you as the host of this show, but then there's a part of me that's it's just a different kind of thing because I have so much love and respect for you, and I want you to win.
Same.
So you find music, you find sports, you're moving along in your life, but it didn't seem like there was a fine point on direction. You were singing with your brothers, you were doing all sorts of stuff. What did you envision for your life? What did you want?
I always wanted to be known as a great singer, a great entertainer, a great performer. And I always believed that I would get there. And I still believe I'll get there. Not sure how God's gonna do it, but just someone who impacts the world, causes change. So
you thought you were gonna be a preacher for a time.
I thought I would live the rest of my life preaching as a living. I'm always gonna be a preacher. We always have a message to tell, always a message to share. That ain't going nowhere.
Because I remember coming to hear you preach.
Right.
And you got to the end of your message and you were like, I said, okay.
You caught me having no Baptist
fit. So your life has been crazy. So we kind of see a through line. You have a vision of something at 2 that begins to manifest 3, 4, and on through your life. Your mother's in your life in a way where she is cultivating both your spirit and your music, which, I mean, she's throwing logs on the fire, so it's growing, and you're surrounded by a musical family, so it feels like part of your DNA. It feels like the thing you ought to do. How do you end up on The Voice?
Yeah, it's funny. It's a funny story. So, before The Voice, Chris Blue's homeless, right? Chris Blue is searching for a place to live. Not many people know this or even knew this at the time, so this is an exclusive on Anything is Possible. Get with a very dear friend of mine, and he helps me get in a place. I wonder who that guy is. So I'm in this place, and I'm sitting on my bed. I'm in my bedroom, and I'm watching The Voice, and I'm hearing these amazing singers sing. I'm just like, oh, this is incredible. My God, they're special. I don't think I can ever sing like I'm okay, but these guys there's something, you know. And when I said that, I heard God's audible voice say to me, go on The Voice. I looked around like, you can't be talking to me. No, I'm not going. The following season comes around, the exact same thing happens. I say no again. The following season comes around, God's audible voice says it one more time. I still say no. And it wasn't until season 12 rolled around, God said, son, try out for The Voice. And so a friend of mine, we were writing together. I had made a decision. I'm gonna go for music. This is what I'm gonna do. I wanna do it. A friend of mine, we were writing, and she canceled. She said, oh, I'm going to try out for The Voice. By the way, you should try out. So that was another sign. And then my sister called me while I'm filling out the application, and that was another sign. And then a bunch more signs happened after that. And so I went and tried out.
You know, winners do something that losers don't do. Try.
Yeah.
This is Chris Blue. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, from trying to winning, which was very trying. This is Anything is Possible.
Possibility powered by Pilot Flying J, Covenant Health, Home Federal, and the Knoxville News Sentinel. Coming up.
I go out on stage, I give everything I have, and you guys know the story. Took the last slot.
Welcome back to Anything is Possible. This is Chris Blue. Now he's making the journey from trying to get on The Voice to making it happen. 70,000 people audition?
Something maybe upward of that
70,
number.
100,
70, 80,
something?
Something like that.
So where did you audition?
I auditioned in Atlanta. I actually borrowed another friend of, that same friend who helped me with the house, let me borrow his truck to drive to Atlanta because my car was too unreliable at the time. And I get to Atlanta and the line wraps around the building maybe 2 or 3 times. And so I spent an entire day in Atlanta, and in the room that they take you in when I audition, I was the only one that they let through. And that sparked hope. Well, wait a minute, maybe, okay. I haven't sang, I'm not in front of any of the judges, but this is a start. And I promised God, I was like, God, if you get me through this, I'll keep going. And so I got a call back, and the exact same thing happened. I went, I performed, and they called me back again and said, we want you to come and audition on the show. And so I'm in LA, and a month goes by, practices, rehearsals, and everything like that. And I finally hit the stage. Right before I go out on the stage, my vocal coach, who's a very dear friend of mine now, Trey says, Chris, I need you to sing your face off, right? So I go out there, and I didn't know at the time, but I could feel, okay, maybe because this is day 5, maybe we're at the end, and maybe there's like 2 or 3, maybe 4 spots left, and I need to capture one of these spots. I go out on stage, I give everything I have, and you guys know the story. Took the last slot.
Last slot, last day, last judge.
Yeah.
And that was just the beginning of the competition.
It was.
That's just opening the door.
Right, absolutely.
So you spend weeks out there. Talk about how you were living and how focused you were.
I spent every single day just locked in on several things. My physical fitness, my mental fitness, and my spiritual fitness. Every morning I would wake up, and there's a scripture that I would read. After that, I'd go on set and do what I have to do, and we'd spend maybe 16, 17 hours. But I would only eat, I wouldn't eat dairy. I completely eliminated sugar from my diet. I only drank water. Just all the stuff that tastes good, I wouldn't have. I wouldn't allow myself to have it.
We had a number of conversations, and there were 2 words.
Go win. I got my marching orders. All right, let's go. Let's go do it. Yeah.
So you win, and you wanted your mother and your family there, and you broke down when you won.
I did.
Why?
I broke down because there's this thing in my family that I've noticed. I have a lot of athletes in my family and singers as well. And they've all reached a certain level of success. I had an uncle who was the #1 running back in the state of Florida. Emmitt Smith was #2. He got injured, so he could no longer play football, right? He was like a shoo-in for like the NFL. Didn't happen. Number of cousins the same way. I have other cousins who sing, but haven't quite reached, a certain level of stardom, so to speak. And I just wanted to finish. When I would write songs growing up, I would start them but never finish them. If I made a plan to run 5 miles in a week, I'd get to like 3.5 and just tap out. And so this was like the first sign of knowing, Chris, you have the ability to finish. And that's why I broke down, because we finally finished.
You were doing it for more than yourself, too.
Absolutely. I wanted my family to experience that moment, because we we all work so hard. And I mean, life has been a grind for us, you know. I wanted them to feel the confetti fall on them. I wanted them to have, even if it was just but for a moment, to know what it felt like to stand on that stage in front of 20 million people. We would go hard and sing as if we were singing and performing in front of 20 million everywhere we would go. And so I wanted them to know what it felt like to at least be in that moment and feel that.
When that night happened also, your fiance was there.
She was.
Because along the way, you come back to Knoxville. We try to get you plugged in with the studio scene and professional musicians so you could cultivate the gifts. We sat down with the legal pad and kind of just gave voice to your dreams. And you started to work and you fell in love. You were working over at Cokesbury as a worship leader, and you stalked Stephanie.
You know, that's pretty strong, man. I wouldn't say, okay, I stalked her, right?
Yeah.
I did. It happened.
That's what happened.
It happened, you know, it's her fault. She shouldn't have had that accent, you know. I heard it, and I was just like, oh, British, oh, love, marriage.
But she had some tremendous health challenges.
She did. A month before I auditioned for The Voice, she flatlined during an operation. The doctors found cancer in her body, and she had to go in for, you know, tests, and then they found some other things, and so she had to have an operation. And when she had an operation, she didn't make it through. And so I prayed. I was on my living room floor, and I prayed all night long. And I said to God, I'm not going to move until you do. And so when she came back to life, I made 2 more promises. I'm going to try out for The Voice, and I'm going to marry this woman.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this journey, God has been with you the whole way, and he's carried you through a lot of difficult things, you and your family. You found love, you won The Voice, you are able to help your family, but the other part of it is, though, you found out and you are finding out it doesn't stop there.
Not at all.
That the learning and the growth and the grind continues.
It's only beginning.
What's it feel like now, Chris?
Reality. That's what it feels like.
And guess who's here in the middle of that reality again? Your mom's over in the...
She's over in the room.
Right here,
She's right here.
She's right here
Yes,
right now,
is.
right?
Yep.
I'm noticing that. But I also know where you are right now. Post-Voice, you know, a lot of people think you win The Voice, you win life.
Right.
That's just the beginning.
Just the beginning.
It's just the beginning.
It's a new competition now.
What is it now?
Now it's digging in even more, you know, digging deeper, constantly growing and learning and building, getting better every single day. And I really want to be the best. How? I really want to be the best in everything I do. And I know I'm not there right now. So I know it's going to take work to get there, but I'm going to get there. But it's so I can serve people, right?
Right.
It frees me up. I'm not in the way now.
Right.
I can just freely give excellence, you know, and impact lives and help, you know, change some people. That's my heart. That's why I do it. It's a heavy responsibility, but if God didn't want me to have it, he would have never given it to me.
Marble.
Oh, wow. Okay, let's go. Let's
Yeah,
go there.
let's go there,
Let's go
right,
there.
great.
Let's go.
So in the middle of all of this, and you're climbing and you're doing whatever you're doing, you now have a dog. You and your wife have a dog, and that dog's name is Marble.
Yes.
And that dog is teaching you so much about life and service.
Ooh.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, I want you to talk about this dog and what you're learning about life now. Because I knew you when you were 11 or 12.
Right.
I knew you before you went on The Voice. I want you to tell me about the architecture of possibility now And what is your message to the people of this community that have supported you so much? Because you have been surrounded by that kind of support.
Yes.
This is Anything is Possible. We'll be back with more in a moment.
Coming up.
To sum it up, what I'm learning about possibility is anything's possible. It really is.
This has been a weird interview for me.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
And it's clunky because I know you, I know your heart, and I'm so proud of you. And I'm trying to keep that professional distance, right? But the truth is, I just love you. I believe in you. And you're learning so much about life and love and service. And I want the best for you, right? And
thank you.
You happen to be one of the greatest young men that I've met in my career. We're 400 plus shows deep, and I've met a lot of incredible people. But let me tell you why I think you're incredible. Humility, commitment to growth and excellence, and understanding that your gift is for service, and the way you love the people you love. And your motivation, your intention is good. You want to bring light into the world, and you want to put some glue out there to bring people back together. Right. And so I think you're being honored because your intentions are right? And I love you beyond the industry, beyond the, well, we have these conversations a lot. Right. You probably could recite it.
Yeah, I could.
I'm not caught up in the glitz and glamour, but I am certainly, I certainly do love you and want to see you win. You got a dog.
I do.
That dog is teaching you patience.
Yes, he is.
The only reason I bring the dog up is because the dog really is a metaphor for having to love something that doesn't always love you back the way you want it to. It poops on the floor, it does whatever. Careers do the same thing, right? But you have to kind of go at it. Yeah. Given where you've been and what you've been through, what are you learning? What have you learned about possibility, about excellence, about success? And then what do you want to say to this community that is giving you so much love and support?
To sum it up, what I'm learning about possibility is anything's possible. It really is. When you put your heart and your mind, your energy into it, you stay grounded, stay centered in your faith, anything truly is possible. When you have a group of people around you that love you, a village of people that support you, that believe in you, that always helps. That helps make anything possible. I also believe that when you have a family that helps gird you, and helps keep you stable, keep you low, they also help cultivate the mentality that anything is possible. When you've got good people like you in one's life, who never quits, who never gives up on them, who's always saying, I want you to win. I'm on your team. I got your back. Whatever I can do to help. Who gives you second chances, third chances, and fourth chances, and just keeps giving you chances because they love you and they believe in you. That'll help change someone's life to believe for the first time. Anything's possible.
Yeah, I think you have a bright, bright future in front of you. And I think you really are an icon of possibility for this community and for the world. Wow. And it's an honor. Ladies and gentlemen, literally 2 years ago you were sitting on that couch and you were interning on this program.
I was.
But we also were in the process of thinking through what was possible.
We were.
Right? And you represent possibility to me because we sat down with a sheet of paper and we were like, what do we believe is possible?
Yeah.
And you know, from week to week on this program, I talk about possibility because I believe in possibility, and I believe the world is made better when you reach for and achieve the possibility that's in you. We all benefit from that. And Chris is an excellent representative of that. So quickly to catch people up in 30 seconds, we've been in the studio in New York and LA. We got lots of songs, and there is new music coming. And I understand that at a recent performance, the original stuff is starting to catch fire.
Yeah, caught a buzz.
It's gonna be
caught
good.
A little buzz.
So there's music coming. Listen, man, I love you. I want the best for you. I want you to win. You are a gift from God to the earth, so that they could know His love. And since love is His business, you're going to be in that business for a long time. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me.
You are proof that anything is possible. No, I ain't crying today. Nah, that's it. That's the end of this episode. No tears. We'll see you next time.
Cut it.